Okay, if I don't tell you the story in 6 seconds, Vine is gonna get shut down. Twitter is shutting down Vine. That is for sure happening. And a lot of people are wondering why. Well, it seems that it just kind of didn't keep up in a world of a lot of different social media apps. Some of them just keep adding features such as Facebook, such as Snapchat, not Snapchat, that's not a thing yet. Write that one down for later, and such as Instagram. These are all adding new features across them, some of them with features very much like Vine, but while they added Vine features, Vine didn't add any features of its own or steal from its competitors, which has become the norm. And then if you look at the data, it looks like some of Vine's greatest users, its top 1% of view getters or Vine watchers, stopped using the app altogether, and it entered into a steady decline. So that leaves people wondering, how many of the other social media websites, apps, etc. are going to stick around, or are they destined to die much like Vine did? Vine is owned by Twitter, but it's still its own thing in its own way. You may remember newish kind of social media networks like Peach, which was based on the peach emoji, and Ella, which was based around not being as bad as Facebook, kind of unceremoniously falling away from the radar and people's minds. Facebook and Snapchat are #1, and they did continue to add constant new features. Even Facebook seems to be copying Snapchat's features now. So it just seems like that's the way you stick around. A lot of people have been wondering if Tumblr is destined to go down much in the way that Vine did, because its numbers have been kind of steady. Tumblr spokespeople haven't really commented if they're going to stick around for some time. They are owned by Yahoo, which now has Verizon as its overlord, and Yahoo hasn't really done a lot to help Tumblr, but it also hasn't really put the final nail in the coffin for Tumblr either. It does seem to be steady, according to 7Park data, has a relatively steady usage over the past year and a half, the same period in which Vine plunged. So I would continue looking at those charts if you want to see what maybe in the future won't be viable for you anymore. Like, I probably shouldn't make my first Vine anytime soon. And I think the makers of Vine were really hoping that it would one day be like this daily sharing app, but it wasn't. People did use the 6-second time constraint as a creative measure, but it's not really the kind of thing that you necessarily need to do every day. It's the kind of thing that maybe would require more thought if you're going to make it something that lasts forever, or a very flash in the pan moment, like your dog doing something especially amazing. It doesn't always happen, and without those extra features to bolster it up, during those dry spells, that is what happened to it. So while Tumblr is fine now, I do think it will need to work to keep up standing as a viable social network so it doesn't go the way of Sunrise, which was a calendar app I had, which was owned by Microsoft, which went belly up, as well as Google Reader, an RSS reader that did have a healthy fan base, but maybe not healthy enough, and maybe not even the might of Google could hold it up. Do you think any other social media networks are destined to go down much in the way as Vine? Let us know below in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more.